Okay, you guys. So I'm just gonna do a reading where y'all can see it as I go. I'm just asking Spirit to give me a message, starting with my Oracle card, to give me a message that just somebody on my timeline needs to hear. I do take reversals, not very many though. I might take one or two in a reading, just whatever makes sense, makes the most sense. And Oracle cards don't have reversals. So while my tarot cards, these ones have reversals, these ones don't. So, and I'm just going to shuffle the cards until I feel like it's time for me to stop. Unless one falls out before then I go with that one. I'm just asking for whatever message needs to come out. Okay. There may be somebody that is feeling left out. You got orphaned, no place like home, and unfinished symphony. There may be somebody that is feeling kind of left out, feeling kind of hopeless. You might just be down on yourself, or feeling like you're going at it alone in something. Maybe you live far away from family. Yeah, maybe you live far away from family or something, and it's been really hard to get settled where you are. It's been hard to get accustomed to where you're at and get used to being without your family. Maybe it's a new chapter. I'm not 100% sure on Unfinished Symphony here. Ace of Cups. Okay, so maybe it's involving, I don't know, maybe there's some dealings left at home, something that you miss at home. That's where your emotions are. It's something that you miss. Something that you miss. Someone that you miss. Okay. Someone that you miss from home. And it's got you feeling super isolated and orphaned, alone, unsure of yourself. You don't feel stable. Also, if like more than I usually, if they fall out in clumps, then like 3 is my max that I'll take, but most of the time I just like only take 2. If it's more than that, it's too many, and I just put them back in the deck. If they're meant to come out, they'll come out as I continue to shuffle. There's a big change, the Tower. There's a big change Big change that's coming along with a lesson. Towers are usually put in place so that we can learn something and stop it. Like, I don't know, it's a random example. If you keep going back to the same kind of situation and you keep getting the same results, then usually you'll get to a point where you'll hit a tower moment, some kind of tower in your life, a catalyst that forces you to come out of it, or that gives you some kind of enlightenment that shows you that that's not where you should be. And this may have had something to do with a relationship. Maybe it's definitely somebody you miss. Now, this could refer to, it could be a romantic lover, but it doesn't always have to be. It could mean it could just mean friends, or like family members, someone you're really close to, that you have a lot of emotion for, someone that you're close to. It doesn't have to be romantic. I don't know. Maybe you're with somebody, living with somebody, and you feel alone even though you're there with somebody. And this tower, whatever it is, something has happened, or it's about to happen, and it's making you realize that it's making you like really notice what you're feeling. The Page of Wands. I don't really know when this one fell out of here. This one is falling out. The Page of Wands. You might have. Okay. So what maybe could have started this tower is you might have heard something or seen something. The Page of Wands is usually like a messenger. It might be. It doesn't always have to be. It might be someone that's younger or immature, some way you came across some message, or something. It might have just been a revelation. It could have just been the divine, or God, or somebody that kind of made you open your eyes. Something made you open your eyes, and maybe see something for what it was. Unfinished Symphony is really talking about the need for closure somewhere. It's the need to close chapters so you can start new ones. And you can't start new ones without closing the old ones. Remember, Spirit will not give you, divine, God, your ancestors, they will not give you what you want until you close something out. See, the towers, that you're learning something. There's a lesson here that you've learned, or you're learning. Something has opened your eyes. Maybe this Page of Wands. Something has opened your eyes. Something or someone. And it set off a catalyst. Like you're fixing to learn this lesson and go on and get over it. Something's fixing to change. This is different. I don't know what kind of relationship it's dealing with. Maybe you were passive about something in the past, and now it's like it's no, this is the last straw. We're going to pay attention this time because this is different. Something about this this message is different. And maybe this is just you feeling, well, you need, this is calling for the need for closure, but maybe it is someone that you live with already that makes you feel alone, or makes you isolate yourself. I don't know, maybe it's a controlling relationship or something. The Moon. Something's being hidden. There's secrecy. I don't know, so maybe a secret has come out. A big secret's come out. A big secret's come out. but it came out reverse, and that secret's being revealed. So something is out. There's, you know, a lot more now than you did before you were really considering getting up out of here, or whatever that is. And which, you know, it could involve love, and I say that because the cups is usually about emotion, but at the same time, it could also be maybe a job thing. Maybe you just don't mesh well with your coworkers and it's been kind of toxic. Yeah, Six of Cups reversed. You don't really, it's not everybody plays well together. Okay. Not everybody plays well together. And it might just be time to close this chapter out. It might just be time to move on from whatever this is. Okay. I'm going to clarify no place like home. You got the High Priestess. This is healing. This is spiritual. This is like a higher knowing, like, or your intuition or something. Maybe you've been talking to, maybe you've been getting advice from a loved one, a parent, aunt, cousin, friend, somebody you're close to. Maybe you've just been getting advice from, you've been seeking refuge in this person. You vent to somebody about what's going on here, and it's really taking a lot off of you. Or it's helping anyways. I'm sorry, y'all. I kind of figured this would be a long reading because 3 oracle cards fell out. Okay, you got the Page of Cups. So maybe whoever it is that this is about, or like whether it be, you know, work problems or home life problems, maybe they are immature, self-serving. Like, maybe this message that you got, this Page of Wands, maybe this message you got came from this page, not because they wanted to help, but because they just wanted to, you know, toil. This 4 of Pentacles. Maybe because they're worried about something. Worried about protecting their own things. If it's a work thing and maybe you like have somebody that throws you up under the bus or something, it's somebody that's worried about their own finances and how they make money, and maybe it's like a get you out of the way type thing. Okay, yeah. Like a, like, I don't know. Just the whole self-serving thing. And maybe this is you, the Knight of Pentacles. Maybe this is your energy. You're just focused on what you have. Fiercely just trying to keep what's yours, whether it's romantically, work. I think maybe this might be totally separate from this story. This might be about your money. Because there's three cards here about Pentacles, and they all came in a row. The Seven of Pentacles is, like, it's working. It's, she's at work. She's working. She's, putting in work to make her plants grow. She's working for what she has. And this might just be you trying to focus on what's yours, focusing on your money, focusing on, your finances. Maybe that's how you escape from this, is you put more energy into something else. You're putting your energy in your finances instead, so you don't have to think about all this that you feel like is missing. King of Cups. Okay. Alright. Okay, so this is probably this could be your energy. Trying to, be strong about the situation, or you're not showing this, like you might just not be breaking down every day where it's just super visible that you're depressed, or that you're going through this. You might not be depressed, but that you're down, you're going through this. Four of Cups. Yeah. So you might just be like, you're doing this, on your own. You're going at it alone. You're facing this emotion. Maybe you're facing this emotion by yourself. This is something that only you are dealing with. Or maybe you just feel alone in it. Eight of Pentacles. You just want yourself to be secure. You just want to be secure. And maybe the whole reason that you can't get closure, maybe the whole reason that you feel like something's missing is so bad, maybe that's because you feel like you have to protect something, like you feel like something may be taken from you if you don't. Maybe you feel like you won't, yeah. The Ten of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Cups this way is, you got everything. You got your, your cup is full. Your emotions are full. It's 10 is about completion, satiation, having what you want. And maybe this is because you feel like you don't, or you won't, and that you're worried. You're anxious. It's making anxious. 4 more shuffles. Okay. The Star in reverse. Yeah, you feel like there's like something's unattainable. Maybe that's the problem. That's why you've been feeling down, is that you feel something is unattainable. The Five of Swords. That it's a constant battle. Like you're always fighting. And the thing about that is, yeah, you're constantly fighting. Five of Wands. Maybe that's the issue. You feel like you're always fighting something one way or another. That it's just chaos, conflict and chaos. Just to keep what you have. You're worried. You know, there's always something. There's always something. Always somebody messing with you. Always a problem in the house. Always something else to get stressed out about. The Hermit. We're gonna take the Hermit upright, which is like deeper thinking. Like, so maybe it's just been on your mind a lot. Like going within. Again, isolating yourself. Look at all these people that are here by themselves. There's a few exceptions, but for the most part, there's people here all by themselves. All by themselves. But that's good though, because this kind of thinking, the Hermit kind of thinking, it gets your gears going. Like it makes you think in a way. This kind of thinking is done where it's productive. Like you're not just spinning your wheels in your mind. You're, actually, figuring out what the problem is, thinking about, formulating some kind of plan to fix it. Trying to figure out what it is that's, trying to figure out what's going on. Like actually trying to get a grasp on the situation. Why exactly is getting to the root of a problem, getting to the hows, the whys, all of that, the deepest parts of an issue. You're trying to figure that out, going within. And that's good. That's actually, it's good. That's good, because that's the whole purpose of a tower, is to make you think, how can I get past this? How do I get past this completely? How do I close this chapter completely so that I don't have to come back to it? That we're not here anymore. How do we keep this, how do we keep this cycle from coming back? How do we stop doing the same old things? How do I keep this from happening again? Going within. Asking yourself, what's really the problem? Like, you can't always not be a part of the problem. Sometimes you are involved in the problem too, whatever it is. And that doesn't mean that, the other person shouldn't accept their responsibilities for whatever it is that they brought to the problem, but it's just like, sometimes you have to own up to your stuff too, So I'm going to use my Rider-Waite deck to see if there's any more cards or messages that need to come out. And go ahead and wrap this up. whatever this situation is, it looks like it's just time to lay it to rest. Just put it to bed. All these flies in here. Maybe it's just time to put it to bed. Because, like, if you look at this picture like this girl is, like, really hurt. Whatever it is that she's, thinking about, she feels alone. She's, like, really hurt. It's really, even if it's not hurt that you're feeling, it might be hurt, or it might just be, like, just really bad upset, or you might just be getting super aggravated and be easily agitated. But whatever it is, it's deep. Okay. 3 more shuffles. It for those cards. I'm gonna draw one more clarifier. One more. See if there's any advice for you here. Never ending story. And I'm gonna actually read the message for this from the book. I want to make sure that the advice that you get is it's everything this thing means. Okay, so this is self-criticism. Maybe you just feel like you're not going to make it for whatever reasons you keep giving yourself. Why you feel like you're incapable of whatever this is that's causing you so much fear and making you feel like all you're doing here is fighting. This is self-criticism, the wounded ego, things not going the way that you believe they should go, and unnecessary dramas. The Oracle's message is, there's a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all matter of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Love is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful heart, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. And this is the relationship message. Sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is, however. Right now you have an opportunity for important healing. This tower, that's what it's for. Important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes in those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. This is the prosperity message. Fear, envy, page. Fear, envy, procrastination, greed, and the perception of victimhood could all be active in your life at this moment. Are you comparing yourself with others, thinking their success should be yours? I feel like that's the page, this page energy. Maybe you're afraid of all the good that's coming your way, so you step out of your lane, totally aware of what you're doing, but seemingly powerless to stop yourself. Are you back where you started, or in a situation that reminds you of past failures? Financial insecurity scaring you? You must learn to love yourself through missteps and sabotaging moments. Use criticism constructively right now. Better yet, stop telling the story altogether. Make up a new one. The universe loves you deeply and will wait for you to figure that out. Tell a new story, and success is all but guaranteed. You can do it. And this is the protection message. This is a time to avoid drama at all costs, especially when it comes to other people's stuff. Your sensitivity is on overload these days, and you're best served by keeping your distance. Your mantra today is, not my circus, not my monkeys. All this drama will pass, and you will carry on, unscathed and blameless. Okay, so that is Spirit's advice to you. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's pretty thorough. Okay. So basically, I mean, just whatever this is that this tower, that's going to fix all this. This tower's got you in hermit mode, got you deeply thinking about where all these issues started. What started this? What's the root of this? What's the problem? Why am I feeling this way? And going within, figuring that out, it gives you a choice to either stay in that or want better and actually act on that wanting better. And if you want more than this, than feeling alone and feeling abandoned, feeling neglected, if you want to get out of that, I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be an easy process to go within and think about it. It might really hurt, but you have to feel to heal. You got to go through the emotions sometimes. You got to, and really be brutally honest with yourself. Stop sugarcoating it. If you know something's off or you know something's not for you, then it's off and it's not for you. But don't stop trying to, don't force it in your mind. Don't force a happy ending that you know is not there. If there's not one there and you know it deep down inside, don't try to trick yourself into thinking it is. And don't beat yourself up for it when it turns out to be what you thought it was going to be from the jump. Because, I mean, we're human and we backtrack our intuition and stuff all the time. It's one of our most beloved traits. But yeah, just take it one day at a time. Really think about it. If it's a person, give yourself some space from that person till you figure out, what it is that you want to do. If you want to stay or if you don't. And if you feel like, even if you're living with somebody, if you feel like you have to chase down their emotions, you feel like you got to chase down some partnership, remember that anytime you're chasing something, it's because it's running away from you. And why do you want something that's running away from you? If it's running from you, if it's clearly showing all signs that they're not on board, I don't care if you feel like that's your not your roommate. It could be your roommate, I don't know. I don't know if you feel like that's your soulmate or whatever. You're meant to have several different soulmates in your life. That just is. Like a twin soul, that's a whole nother thing. That's just that one that's meant for you. And most people go their whole lives and never even knowing their twin soul, their twin flame, I mean. But your soulmate, you might think that they're your soulmate, and you're just gonna stick it out because y'all are meant to be together. It's not worth it. It ain't worth all this, feeling all this, and it's not worth it. It's not worth it. But yeah, just be brutally honest with yourself. Brutally honest with yourself. Make yourself a pros and cons list. The pros of staying, the pros of leaving. Leaving this job, leaving this relationship, leaving this house. I don't know, maybe you're in a toxic ass household with family members. Maybe you just live with some family or live with some friends and it's just really toxic. like you're always fighting. There's always something. And it's just getting to the point where it's, it's breaking you. Like, really go deep and be honest with yourself. What it is that you want. What it is that do you feel like you need to escape. Are you walking out, or are you being forced out? Or do you ain't got a choice but to go, But yeah, just really, really put your heart and soul and your spirit into figuring out what's best for you. Put yourself first. Put your sanity first. No relationship. No people. Period. No workplace. No job is worth your sanity and your mental health and your physical health, because that's what it trickles down to. It starts with your mental health, and it just physical goes with it. It's not worth making yourself emotionally or physically or spiritually, mentally sick. It's just not worth it. Anywho, that is all for this. As I've told a few of you already, I'm gonna start doing personal readings. Just like if y'all wanted to look into your specific situation, because this is a general reading and it might not resonate with everybody, because there's a lot of y'all out there and there's only one of me and one mind and only 72 cards and 52 cards, 78, 52. And I just can't read for everybody at one time. So, but that probably won't be, soon. Maybe in maybe in a week or 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe after a few more of these. But anyways, if it resonated with you, and you can always let me know. It always makes me feel good to know that I feel like I've helped somebody, talked to somebody. If this was your issue or something. But anywho, I know this is long and lengthy. Sorry about that. But whatever message has to come out, has to come out. Alrighty. See y'all.